hear you call my name but no one's there, except a feeling in the air. But you and I both know that the house is haunted. Yeah, you and I both know that the ghost is you. You used to walk around screaming, all slamming up and down. Well, I'm all grown up, I don't scare easy no more. You and I both know.
Something in the water taught me how to crawl. Something in the water taught me how to fall. Something in my blood starts to take over.
Welcome to another episode of Something in the Water. How y'all doing? Dave, what you got there?
I'm having a hot banana coffee myself.
Well, that.
Y'all want some? Our guest tonight, hot banana coffee, all the way from St. Simon, Golden Isles, I guess you could call it. Mr. Ashton, Rowland, Miss Dakota Allyn.
Thank you for having us, Dave.
Hot banana coffee.
That's right.
Who came up with that?
Oh, well,
let's say,
that's a good story. When we first started playing, it was we were playing this open mic at this place called Bartless that no longer exists.
RIP.
We both get on like health kicks really bad, like on and off kind of thing. And Ashton was asking me about any like quick morning recipes I have, and I was like, oh, I like to make this like protein smoothie that's got coffee in it. And I was telling what's in it, like a little almond milk, little bananas, and he thought I put hot coffee in it. And he's like, ugh.
Hot banana coffee.
That sounds disgusting.
And she was like, and then I remember texting her like later that night. I was like, hey, by the way, that's our band name now.
Yeah, it kind of started as like a joke, and we'd like introduce ourselves at the open mic as Hot Banana Coffee, and then we picked up traction too fast, and we couldn't change it at that point.
And,
It's a good thing.
Some people loved it, some people hated it, and the more they hated it, the more we loved it.
That's right. They don't forget it either.
I can relate to that with the Pine Box Dwellers. It was like, what the hell? But I've always wondered that, and I've talked to y'all several times. I've never asked you because I'm sure everybody else does. But I just like the mystery of, it's kind of takes the piss out of it to know, I guess. But I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. I had something in my mind.
We play places, and a lot of times people will have our name on the board, and people don't even realize we're the band. They think we're like the special of the day.
Yeah.
So
Right.
they're like, "What's your name?" We're like, "It's right there." They're like, "Oh, we thought that was
That crossed my mind too.
Yeah.
Tonight, hot banana
Yeah, I've
coffee.
played places where people thought I was shrimp combo before. It's just weird. But
$9.99.
do y'all ever get called crazy stuff by mistake?
Absolutely.
Nobody gets our name.
Hot
People
coffee?
remember-
The hot bananas.
Yeah, we get the hot bananas. We get we've got banana pudding one time.
Y'all are the banana band.
The banana band, yeah, right. There's some inappropriate ones here and there, but people remember the banana part.
Mm-hmm.
The coffee
no
gets
hot
lost.
coffee?
No, that one gets lost in translation.
Well, it's definitely a cool name, and it's very original, too. And it's got a good story behind it.
Hey, thank you.
I like how you have the HBC logo
Yeah.
that looks like taking care of
somebody
business.
I saw it.
Yeah,
I saw her.
That's very clever. I like
Thank
that.
you. My tattoo artist designed that actually, and he
Cool.
thought it was hilarious.
That's awesome.
'Cause all I said when I messaged him, I was like, "Look, we typically go by the HBC. I kind of want a banana like in the Warhol style," and he was like, "Hold on, I got you."
Yeah.
And that's what he sent me, and I loved it.
Yeah,
Immediately
like
loved
the
it.
banana lightning bolt.
Oh
kinda
yeah,
thing.
made stickers
That's
and
awesome.
everything out of it.
I saw somebody on your Facebook page doing a pancake.
Oh yeah, that was all you.
That was a
Doing
great
pancakes.
artist. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
He's like
looks
a
great.
world travel.
Oh, I did see that where the
Yeah.
I was in
made a pancake.
St.
Okay.
Louis recently, and
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay,
killed
cool.
it. Yeah,
And you got a good following, too.
Working
You're
on
picking
it.
up a good
working
following.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all been doing like an emo night right?
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Reed's Apothecary
Yeah.
in Brunswick.
That's turned
they've-
into a big hit.
Oh yeah, I am very stoked about that. At least in Brunswick, there's not like a lot of quote unquote alternative events
Yeah.
or things of that nature. So the first one was kind of like an accident because he was out of town, and my good buddy Shane Hendricks, who's a phenomenal guitar player, he filled in, and we just did an emo night because that's what we knew. You know, that's the music we both knew to learn in 2 days. And then when he came back, I was like, hey, this thing kind of did well. You know, we should keep doing it. And now we've had what one a month for
every month since
every month?
since
So
it
did y'all
started.
learn like a whole new?
Some of it
So
we already played.
I know that y'all probably played some of those songs already, but like, was it like
Yeah,
a
it
lot
was
of homework to?
a lot of homework.
Yeah, especially
pull
for
it
our
off.
drummer because he doesn't really listen to all of it. So getting him to learn everything was kind of interesting. But we really like to post every now and then on our Instagram before the emo night's coming up and be like, hey, what do you guys want to hear? And, you know, people respond and we'll try to take their song requests if it's doable with a 3-piece band because a lot of that
and
music.
a lot of those songs were like way up there.
Right, yeah, and they've got a lot of like the screamy thing going on, which we have to figure out how to sing it and things of that nature. But it's been very fun.
Well, clue me back in because I'm old. What is emo?
So
Name me some emo songs.
let's see, it's early 2000s like pop punk. So
Pop punk,
like
okay.
Fall Out Boy and My
Okay.
Chemical Romance and Paramore.
Yeah, I've heard
Sunny
them.
Day Real
I've
Estate.
heard
Yeah,
them.
we do
Heard
we
of
do
those,
the we
yeah.
do the older punk stuff too, like the Bayside, the Sunny Day Real Estate,
Which
the
one of y'all
NoFX.
screams the best?
Her.
Hey, it's questionable. It depends.
Give him a little.
It really the fucking yeah. It depends on how many drinks deep I am. You know.
I'm still figuring out the singing thing. She's over here like mastering the different screams.
Whatever. Yeah.
Well, I caught y'all probably earlier this year, a lot earlier last year actually. Happy New Year.
Hey.
And was very impressed. Saw y'all at Reed's.
Oh,
Oh, thank you.
And I think I introduced myself. I hope I did. Probably cross that bridge like, hey, I'm Connor's daddy, you know, and hey, yeah, we know him. And but seemed to me like y'all were pulling out some old school too in there, you know, working into your set. And if they ain't nothing older schooler than this right here, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But that's what I appreciate. I appreciate going out and hear young folks like y'all paying tribute to songs from that decade, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's kind of how it started. Is we kind of bonded over this love of like all types of music and every decade, every generation. I
Has
mean,
it? Yeah.
these emo nights, we lean into the stuff, that kind of genre that we really enjoy, but
Mhm.
at the core, like we both love so many different types of music, and I've learned so much new music from her, and hopefully
Vice versa. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's kind of just keeps us fresh and always learning something new, so it's never
Right.
in a rut.
I think the goal has really always been, at least for the cover shows that are just regular shows, not the emo nights or
Yeah.
anything, but it's really been just to have something for everybody. Because you do have like the typical bar scene music, you know, that you hear everywhere you go, especially like in the South. You know, you get the classics going on, which are great. We love them. But we definitely wanted to like incorporate something for like the younger kids coming into the bar and their parents and whoever else is in the bar. Like everybody's going to hear something that they can vibe with.
There you go.
That really, you know.
Yeah. And you guys bring something that's not being offered in the area for sure. You know,
That's the goal. That's the mission.
and it's
Yeah.
Good thing.
and it's working for y'all, man. Y'all. I heard about y'all before I heard you. You know, like, I was like,
Oh,
man,
wow,
you got
really?
this banana band. They're good.
The Banana Band.
Banana
Yeah.
Man,
And,
yeah. Actually, right back at you. To be honest, I heard a lot about Pine Box Dwellers, and I was like, "What? Oh my god, that's crazy! I should go check them out." And I did, and I was like, "Yes, in love." Y'all did that. What is it? Mexico by Cake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lost my mind. Oh my gosh, I've never
Listen,
heard.
Ashton played with us.
Yeah, I played that with
Yeah,
you guys too.
yeah,
That was
you
fun.
did.
I was like, oh,
I've never heard Cake by a cover band like in the area, and it really, I don't know.
Well, we thought we were like, man, if we do this, everybody's gonna love it, and like literally nobody knew it. Nobody knows it. Nobody gets it. I was like,
Right.
what?
If it's not like short skirt, long jacket, or
Yeah.
going the
But I was like,
distance
this is
or
the-
whatever,
this is-
you know.
It's not even that, it's a deep cut, I guess. But
I think the one night I played with you guys in Reeds was the first time I think Connor sang, what was that one other 90s, like
the Pavement.
pavement song?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. And I was so hyped, and I was like, and I think it was the same thing. Everybody was like, what is this? But I was just over here giggling and
Yeah.
Mhm.
dying, loving it.
Oh yeah.
We try to do, and like y'all, I mean, we try to do some obscure but cool, loved covers,
Yeah.
But sometimes it's over their heads.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. You got to do some stuff for you sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
it's just for us.
I do 80% of it for me. for sure.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's definitely a connection, you know,
I
like
refuse to do that.
I don't know. It's an experience for both you and the audience member by every means, like whatever.
Mhm.
That's awesome. I love that. But also sometimes you're like, man, I really want to play this song by this band I really,
Yeah.
really love, and I really don't care if they're gonna like it
Right.
because I'm gonna like it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
I want y'all to have a good time, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna
but
do
also,
Right. Y'all can vibe in a minute. Here's this song that I like, you know.
I got to get mine too, you know?
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little something about y'all's person. Let's get personal.
Oh, okay.
Originally, origins. Let's see. You're originally from Baxley,
Baxley,
right?
Georgia.
And you're originally from Columbus,
I'm from Brunswick originally.
from Brunswick originally.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. But you back into the Columbus.
Oh
right?
yeah. So my dad lives on the Alabama side, and I stay with him in Fort Mitchell while I'm going to college to obtain a Bachelor of the Arts in Theater Performance.
There you go. Another thing in common with Connor.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
Studying theater up there at UGA for
Wow.
a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it's what I did in high school, so I kind of like panic picked, and that's what I did. But I love it, and I've kind of gotten more on the like audio visual like technology side of it.
Cool.
Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of, especially with COVID, actors
Stage
are
and
like,
lighting and that
oh,
kind of
absolutely.
stuff.
Yeah. During COVID, actors lost a lot of jobs, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't do that. I kind of want to be financially stable and not have to worry about feeding myself. So I've learned a lot of things, both like through lighting and sound for theatrical productions and like staging and stuff, but also just like I can fix a socket in my house, like you know what I mean. Like I think that is so cool. I don't know. I can solder, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'd never thought I'd learn how to do that. I don't know.
What is that? Flux.
Yeah.
Isn't that the stuff that you solder with?
I thought it was solder.
It's
Flux
just so
wire.
I
Flux
don't know.
capacitor?
Flux. Yeah, and you could translate that over from theater to festivals too. I
Oh,
mean,
absolutely.
easy.
Yeah.
Just good.
If one of our cables goes out, I'm on it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't
Learn
know.
from the best.
I did. I learned from the best.
The best.
Anthony Stubelic,
Shout
Oh,
out.
Anthony.
my mentor and
Herbert
friend,
Spring Cheese.
old Herb Spring
Spring cheese.
Cheese.
Man.
Which he actually really got me playing music by myself too. I used to play in this little duo with one of my friends named Evan at Palm Coast when they still did an open mic. And I had to have been 16. And one night he didn't show up. And Anthony's like, I know you can play the guitar by yourself. I'm like, don't out me like that. I'm going to cry. And he signed me up without telling me. And like made me play by myself on stage. And I did like Pearl Jam and Sublime. And I was shaking in the knees the whole time. I thought I was going to pee on myself. But I did it, I don't know.
A little bit of pee.
A little bit of pee. just a little sprinkle, but I don't know. I don't know. I owe a lot to him. He's been very good to me.
Evan.
Oh no, Anthony.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Anthony. Yeah.
Runs
He-
down
Gotcha.
over there. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I work with doing the audiovisual stuff. He's taught me a lot with
AV
that too.
East.
AV East, if you need anything done in Brunswick, St. Simons, or Jekyll,
He's the man.
he's
Yeah.
the man.
And I didn't know Dakota at the time, but like she said, the Palm Coast open mic was like a staple of the area. It
Yeah.
was every Monday night. Anybody and everybody was there, and I remember I didn't know her at the time, but I remember seeing her there because like you don't hear anybody covering like Black by Pearl Jam, and she was there belting it by herself. And I just remember like it was like a year or so, and just I was like, man, like every time it was great. And then meeting like years later during 2020.
Right. We played a show together when you were in White Lighter Club.
Yeah.
And I still really didn't know you then. What was that, right before you went to Cuba?
Yeah, it was right before. She was in Winged Mercury.
Winged Mercury. Oh, yeah.
My
little
other-
jam band
These
I
were
had.
bands, Winged
Yeah.
Mercury and
then-
White Lighter.
White Lighter Club. That was
Club.
one of our bands. And, and we played on the same bill at Palm Coast, I think. And
Yeah, we did. That was crazy. That was the night I think I took that picture of you.
yeah.
That was in that. I had a photography show at a gallery in downtown Brunswick, and I had this picture of Ashton. I had no idea who he was, but he was like playing a chord, and it was just his middle finger sticking up.
And it was painted. My middle fingers were painted black.
I thought it was hilarious, so I was like, I'm putting that picture in the gallery. It's hilarious. I love it.
She called
you
it
know?
Freebird.
Yeah, it was called Freebird, and
All right.
what is that in your music room now?
Yeah. She gave it to me as a gift years later, and I've got it hanging in my music room at the house. And
Awesome.
it's a cool little.
Your nod to Johnny Cash.
Yeah,
old
exactly.
classic
Ain't it?
Johnny
Uh-huh.
He
Cash.
did it first.
Didn't he put that in the country music news or something like that as a message to Nashville?
Yeah, you took out an
Oh,
ad
man.
or something.
Was that at a specific show? That picture? I've always wondered if that was like from San Quentin or.
I don't know what show it was from, but it was the record label had pissed him off or something.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I don't remember what it
Might
was
have
about,
been.
but he took out an ad, and that was like a full page
Okay.
Rolling Stone.
How punk
Just
rock
like
of
he
him.
was-
Yeah, it was
I
punk
love
rock.
that.
and it
That
had,
is
it had
so
some
cool.
words about something.
But punk rock is Johnny Cash stomping the stage lights out
At the Ryman.
at the Ryman Auditorium. You know? That might have been the night he shot the bird too.
Maybe.
Goodness gracious.
Oh.
When did you start playing? Was it in show choir?
I
was it
started
before that?
Oh, I started playing in 8th grade. I was middle school. Yeah, I was living in Statesboro at the time. Went to Southeast Bullock Middle,
Hey.
and I got my first acoustic. And first two chords I learned, my dad taught me, were D and G, and I played that little "In Part to Patience" by Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
D and G back and forth. I played that might have been 3 months, just those two chords back and forth, trying to get it. My mom probably sick of it. I'd go outside and play it for hours, and then we moved back to Baxley, and I was that weird kid that would go to the library during lunch, and I'd get on there and I'd get on like ultimateguitar.com and learning guitar tabs, and I'd print them out, and I'd pay 25 cents a page or whatever, and print out guitar tabs, go home and try to, Love Song by Tesla or whatever, just trying to figure out the guitar, and that was my everyday routine.
How old are you, Ashton?
I'm 26.
And you were looking up "Love Song" by Tesla.
Oh, dude, the
That
first
was
time.
the first concert I saw, by the way, when I was
Really?
15.
My dad cried. My dad cried the first time I played that little intro, and I messed up so many times. That little classical.
That was one of the
Randy
first things
Rhoads
I
intro.
learned, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Dang.
many years before that.
You've seen all the people I want to see. I never get to. Buckley. Oh,
I started feeling bad because everybody I would see would die 6 months later.
No.
you got the
Is it me?
Pine Box Dwellers.
Yeah, like the curse.
Goodness.
So you said you were called out by Anthony at the Palm Coast thing,
Oh, absolutely.
and you had to play guitar.
Oh, yeah.
So you're self-taught as well.
Yes. I sometimes.
Yeah.
I do not call
But you don't
myself.
play guitar in the group.
Not in this
this group,
band. No.
yeah.
That
Not
was
yet.
like. Don't tell me
Little,
that.
little does she
Right.
know.
The band before this, I played guitar in. I'm strictly rhythm. I can't play a bar chord to save my life. And I think that's fine.
Yeah, of course.
You know.
You got capos.
Each to his own.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I used to play in the jam band doing that kind of thing. But then with this band, I don't know. I feel like I sing better and have a better stage presence when I don't have something in my hands.
You definitely have a stage presence, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Yes.
It used to be not that. So I think we've all come a long way with our performance and the way we look on stage. But I can play the guitar when I want to, bass here and there. I was a drummer in school. I probably wouldn't sound very good if I tried to do it now. But you
Drum?
know. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. I could probably play like Sunday Morning by Maroon 5 and that's it. You know, something super soft and simple. And well, I played that one Alkaline Trio song.
Oh yeah,
Emo
yeah.
Night.
Emo Night. My brother didn't know a song, so he kind of sat down and I was singing this song "Radio" by Alkaline Trio, and I hear the drums behind me going. I'm like, okay. And then I finish the song, and I come out of in the zone. And I look back and she's on the drums. I'm like, whoa.
Mhm.
I got really mad at Gabe because I'm like, dude, this song is so simple. It's so easy. It's slow. It's like a simple beat. And
Yeah,
I was trying to teach it to him, and he's like, no, I'm not going to play it. I was like, then I will. Are you kidding me?
My brother, our drummer, he's a perfectionist. And
Absolutely.
when he whereas I kind of change things up if he listens to a song, he has it note for note.
Right.
Yeah.
And give him props for that. So
How long did you guys come up playing together? Like
yeah,
learning
so
instruments together?
I'll always throw it in his face. Yeah, our mom was grateful. She bought us a drum set whenever he was probably like 10, so I was probably however our difference is, and she bought us the drum.
You're older?
Yeah, he's 20. I'm the oldest of 3, and so I was playing drums a little bit, and I taught him a couple beats, like just simple 4/4, and then he was better than I'll ever be in like a few months, and I can still do the same little 4/4 beat, and he's just.
But you got him started.
Yeah. I'll throw it in his
yeah.
face.
I've taught a lot of people who play
Yeah,
guitar that are way better than me. I'm like,
Yeah.
like, what the hell?
He's absolutely stellar. Like when he was in, I think the first time I saw him play was when they were still doing the White Lighter Club thing. Wasn't he like 14?
Yeah. So White Lighter Club, myself and Brando Heron, we started this band together and writing these original songs. And we had a few, like 3 or 4 songs, and we had a handful. We wanted to go to Atlanta to record them with our friend Lane Silva from Good Fires. He did a demo for us, and I got my brother Gabe, who was 14 at the time, and I said, hey, you want to go record a demo, like a little EP for us? And he never heard the songs. He met Brando the same exact day at my apartment at the time in Brunswick, and we drove up to Atlanta listening to the demos, and he did drum tracks, and the band was kind of officially started right on the spot.
Heck yeah.
And
cool.
we played in this place. I don't know if you remember Heebie Jeebies in Brunswick
yeah.
on Norwich.
Uh-huh.
Shout out to Tony. That place was like the hub for original music and punk rock and anything alternative. And we played our very first live gigs, like outside of church or show choir there. And our mom came to the first show, and we opened for this band who was had a very interesting name, and they were and set up. And our religious mother at the time was like, my 14-year-old son is not coming here ever.
Right.
Yeah,
Is it something we can say?
I don't think so. I don't
really?
think
Is that bad?
not that bad. It was just
We don't really.
They were a
we don't
great
know what
band.
your
I love
age
them.
we
demographic
don't
is
wanna
watching
throw
this
them
show.
on-
You know?
they were great. And I love, but they had an explicit name, and
Right.
their entire setup was a little maybe not for her taste, but we loved it. And
We'll just call them the headliners.
yeah, they were the headliners we opened up for, and she didn't know how to take it. So, but she was gracious enough to let us be as loud as we want to all day long, playing our instruments, playing whatever music we wanted to, as long as we were on church on Sundays playing there.
Mm-hmm. So you grew up playing in church too?
Yep, absolutely. They're in Baxley every Sunday, Wednesdays playing, and that's where I give a lot of my credit to. Was pianists are the best musicians in my mind. They just know the theory and everything. And our leader Javen was he's a fantastic musician, and we'd go through services and have our songs, and then he'd change keys last second, so I had to like do in my mind. So I got so used to like he'd pull out songs out of nowhere in the middle of a service and just be like A flat, and I'd have to follow along and like listen to him and try to keep up, and it was a lot, but
You learn a lot. I know
Yeah.
it's kind of pressure and live. Like I've
yeah.
gotten a lot from that where people are like, what? I'm like, if I knew that's what I was getting myself into,
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
like, I don't know. But like when you're up there, like you got to go. You know?
But what we do now, like with that, I wouldn't be able to do it without like those years of getting like just thrown in the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So
Is
yeah,
that Baptist church or
it was a Baxley Church of God.
Church of God? Okay.
Yeah.
You.
How about your history? When did you know you were gonna be musical?
Well, allegedly, I've always known, as my mother tells it. I used to stand on my grandmother's coffee table, apparently, and sing Gwen Stefani to the whole family.
Perfect.
She still does.
I still do, but you know, like underneath it all, you know, like I don't know.
That was the clue.
That had to have been it. And I've always played music. In elementary school, you know, you start with a recorder, you know, and you get your little recorder karate belts from playing the songs. And I started on clarinet right before middle school.
Okay.
And then I got braces, and I used it as an excuse to like play drums because I was like, "Oh, Mom, I can't. My embouchure's all messed up. I can't play the clarinet." My brother played the drums, and I thought it was really cool. I was like, "I want to be really cool. I want to play the drums." You know.
So you switched to drums in middle school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I played through like the first 2 years of high school, and then I started doing the singing thing at home with my brothers, and that kind of thing. Just only at home.
Did you have siblings that were musical as well?
My brother played the drums, and then we had a friend named Zach who my mom pretty much like adopted. He was always at the house.
Yeah.
He played the guitar, and I started learning guitar at the same time. So it was that kind of thing. And then by the time that moved on and I started playing music, then him and his brother came along, and
She adopted us.
I didn't. My mother did. He's my mom's favorite child.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Allegedly. No, that's a running joke, but yeah, no. Yeah,
Love
I always done the music thing. My dad used to like play music with me. He played guitar.
Cool.
He made me sing at church a few times, things like that. Really didn't get into it until I was like 16 though. At Palm Coast doing that thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So y'all both had supportive parents.
Yeah.
For the
And you
most
both-
part, yeah.
I did too.
Came
Right.
into it through the church.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
Here and
Which
there.
is about
It's about the story of anybody from South Georgia.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That really, that's like the first music experience a lot of people have in the Bible Belt. Is
That's where I learned to sing
music at
harmony.
Always
church.
grateful,
Just-
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not knowing a thing about theory, it was just listening to the choir and watching those notes.
The
on
Oak Ridge Boys.
It's like, okay, there's the bass, and I hear it, and I was following it visually
Yeah.
and audibly, and so
I can follow vocal music more than I can follow guitar music. I can't
Yeah.
read. I can read vocal lines all day, but
Oh,
throw
yeah.
more than one note in there and I'm lost.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't know nothing, even
telling
after
you.
all that.
I don't know what I don't know.
I used to be really good at reading music, and now I'm like, I've been out of it so long. I feel like if you gave me a piece of sheet music, I'd look at you like you were insane.
Yeah,
When did you start guitar? Were you in high school?
I was 15 when I got my first guitar for Christmas, and it was untunable,
Oh yeah.
about this long. With
First
a,
act.
with a bass amp.
Oh,
Oh,
And,
nice.
I was like, I don't know much, but this ain't it, Mom.
that would probably be like a top 40 band right now with the vintage style.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna just do the weirdest thing we can
There
think
was
of,
some-
and
It was a piece of crap guitar and a piece of crap amp, but that didn't match.
we are the White Stripes.
But I just started playing, and I took some lessons about 3 months, and then I met other people that were playing, and I was like, screw this, you guys are teaching me for free.
Yeah, exactly.
And but I also, as far as anything before that, was singing at church in like teen plays and stuff like that. Remember one was called Friends Forever or some crap.
I never knew this about you.
Well,
Yeah,
Well,
Oh, my goodness.
it's one of my high points.
yeah. Just goes back to that old thing,
yeah, you
But
couldn't get me to sing back then, not at all.
That's right.
Well, I was like, that was about the age I was really getting into, like, Waycross got MTV, and I was like, oh, I want to do this.
Killed the radio star.
And and I remember singing at one of them things. I think with my cousin, he's like, man, you're singing it wrong. You're singing it like you're on MTV or something. 'Cause I'm putting too much breath in it or something. I don't know.
Sorry, it's called style.
It's called an artistic choice.
Right.
We don't be artsy when we're singing about the Lord.
No. If you turn your gain above 4 or 5, then it's devil music.
That's right.
The gain stays on 3 and below.
You have to turn it up because the devil can't hear you from here.
Oh, goodness.
Who were your big influences back then? Like in high school,
Man, when I was in high school, it was Nirvana and Pearl Jam and all that stuff was coming out.
Party on. All right.
So yeah, before that, when I started playing, it was. I feel like I'm the one getting interviewed here. It was definitely crap. It was like a glam
yeah,
metal
just
crap,
yeah.
and But good, there's some good stuff. I'll look back on it, but it seems like 2 years later it was the changeover with Nirvana. It was like,
everything's
that's
real.
not cool.
Right.
Spandex is out, dude.
Yeah, we're in
Thank
holy,
God,
holy
'cause
jeans.
I've never had any spandex.
Oh.
Ugh.
Yeah. What about y'all? What was y'all's first influences? What was the first music that y'all heard that you were like, this is what I want to do. This moves me. This speaks to me.
Go right ahead.
Oh, so I grew up with a lot of Elvis and Gaither vocal band, obviously with my mom and family and everything. But like, I'll never forget the first time I heard like rock and roll. I got one of my stepdad's CDs and I heard Rainbow in the Dark by Dio, Ronnie James Dio. And like it was one of those compilation CDs. And I heard that and I was like, and then I just, against my mom's wishes, I went and stole all of his CDs and had my little CD player and I get on the bus with my headphones and listen to like Kiss and GNR Live and all these things. And then found my own way. And I was like, and then Jack Black with School of Rock was out, and that between that Back to the Future with him playing Johnny B. Good, and then just Eddie Van Halen tapping on there. I was like, I really want to do this, and got Guitar Hero 3, and it's a very millennial way to get into music. But
Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero 3. That was my soundtrack of my childhood.
You're doing better than a lot of millennials.
But I would stay up all night playing that game, trying to beat it every single time. No memory card, just starting from the top. Pulling all-nighter, beat the game, get to the end, and fell in love. Avenged Sevenfold was like this metal band that was made me want to shred and all that. But also I was like, I didn't really know a lot of modern music, so I was like the weird kid that was Simon and Garfunkel. My grandma, my Nana was an English teacher, and she would have me write these essays, and she would like, I want you to understand why this is beautiful, and I want you to tell me what you think this means. It's not about what they think. So.
Wow.
She'd give me the lyrics to "Sound of Silence" or "I Am a
What
Rock."
a great inspiration.
So
that is.
Paul
That's
Simon.
really
Paul Simon is like my. I love Dylan. I love McCartney. I love all of them, but Paul Simon is my between him and Tom Waits.
I
Those
saw
two.
Paul Simon open up for Dylan
Really,
in 98 in Raleigh.
Blood on the Tracks is still one of the greatest. But to me, like I can wake up and listen to.
I love Rhymin' Simon. That album. That one
absolutely.
album right there. If you just listen to that from beginning to end,
That
man.
one, Rosemary Sage and Time is
Oh boy.
the bridge song.
Yeah.
And just everything. Dangling Conversation. I can just listen to that in the morning. I'm good for the rest of the day.
Very poetic.
What about you, Dakota?
Wow. I don't know. My
Gwen
mom's
Stefani was
obviously Gwen
Yeah.
Stefani. My mom always played a lot of different music for us, which I'm very appreciative of because I found a lot of genres just through the stuff she used to play us. She kept every cassette tape and record she had from high school, which was awesome. So it'd be anything from like Van Halen and Zeppelin and AC/DC to like Harry Belafonte. All over the place. A lot of like old country music, Johnny Cash and Patsy Cline, all kinds of stuff. I've always loved music, but I think I really got into it when I was playing the drums, and she showed me the Foo Fighters. I have wanted to be Dave Grohl my entire life. Like, I don't know. They're absolutely insane. Everything they do is so good. And then, every time I have had a different band and a different genre, it's changed. So when I did the jam band thing, it was like very much Grateful Dead and Fish and Mo and, Goose and what is it?
Freeze McGee.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, like the stuff like that. And then I started getting into the like more like grungy emo stuff with the early 2000s pop punk and metalcore and things of that nature. And then started doing that kind of music. Used to do blues music, all kinds of stuff. I just wanted to do everything. I wanted to at least try everything and see, what I fit into best. And, there's some things you like, there's some things you don't. But I don't know. I feel like that makes you a well-rounded.
I love what Graham Parsons said. He said, there's two kinds of music, good and bad. You can't just pigeonhole yourself into a style or anything. It's
I like a
pretty
good
much
polka.
that. It's good or bad.
Right.
And if you relate to it, then it's good.
Mm-hmm.
And so y'all are very well rounded. That's
Yeah. We try.
Yeah, both
we
kinds,
try to
country
be.
and western.
it.
Hey.
A little bit country, Blues Brothers.
Rhythm and blues.
Country and western.
Play rock.
Well, it's evident. It's evident in your shows, and it's evident in conversation and everything. I mean, that's a good frame to be from.
Right.
I think I went to the Grand Parsons Festival here in Waycross. I went there in 2017 was
Really?
the first year that I went.
Okay, cool.
Had a great time.
Good.
Lifelong friend. I think Back City Woods were playing that year for
Yeah,
Daniel
yeah.
Neesmith.
You friends with those guys?
Yeah, I grew up
Yeah.
with him. He was a friend of my dad, and he actually did my very first guitar
Daniel
recording.
Neesmith?
Yeah, Neesmith. And I've been the biggest Back City Woods fan since they started.
Yeah.
And they're the Shade Trees
Shade
now.
Trees,
Shade Trees
yeah.
now
Mhm.
rebranded, but he's still one of my favorite songwriters, and I'll always like have a special
Good,
place in my
yeah.
heart.
He's a good guy. We need to
Yeah,
have
he
him on.
is.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
great person. Yeah.
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 He used to put on a little roots rock
Yeah.
festival. It's called, I guess it was called a festival. Roots Rock
Georgia
Showcase.
Georgia Roots.
Rock Showcase.
I've been
Rock
making-
Showcase.
the Hummingbird
Yeah.
in Macon.
I
We
saw that
played
there,
it.
too.
3-4 years.
Yeah.
He's the first guy I ever see put a banjo, put a pickup in it, and then run it to a wah pedal. And like did he was playing. I can't remember what song it was. One of his originals probably, but he put a banjo with a wah pedal, and I was like 16, 17, and it blew my mind.
Did you ever know a guy named Rusty Bridgers? He was up there around that bunch too. Yeah. He's,
Played bass.
yeah. Yeah. That's some good stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man.
Well, what y'all want to do? Y'all want to take a little break and
Come back.
come back? And I understand that y'all got a brand new original.
Something like
Something
that.
like that.
Something like
It's
that.
in the works, yeah.
Okay.
About a day old.
Well, it'd be
really?
great. It'd be
Yeah.
great
I
if
didn't
we
know
could
that.
hear
Cool.
it.
Yeah, we wrote it just for this,
Just
actually.
for this, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You ready to get sad?
You ready to cry a little bit?
That's okay
We
with
can
us.
make it happen.
Goodness gracious.
Ain't no music like sad music.
Hey.
You know, it is 2023. Yeah, I feel kind of forlorn right now.
We made it though. We made it.
We did.
That's
Well,
right.
we'll be right back, folks, with a little original song. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Something in my brain won't let me stray. Something in my veins gonna find its way. Something in the water taught me how to pray. When that cold black water finds its way into your veins, you'll never be the same.
Oh, welcome back, everybody. Y'all want to tell us about this little song that you wrote? A little history on it or anything?
You said it's a brand new song.
About a day old.
Yeah, literally wrote it.
We found out we're coming here, and we said we got to do something special. So let's throw something together. And
First song of the new year.
first song.
First
of the
song
new year.
ever. Yeah,
Awesome.
we've been in this band what, only
years.
2 years?
We both have original music in different.
Different
Yeah,
This is
projects.
the-
We just
as the band.
As her and I coming together,
Yeah,
like,
as
hey,
Hot
we
Banana
need to
Coffee.
do this. Let's
All right.
do the thing.
yes.
What's the name of it?
Hot
It don't
Coffee.
have one yet.
It's called Hot Banana Coffee.
Untitled by
It's
Hot
called the
Banana
Ballad of Hot
Coffee.
Banana Coffee.
Yeah.
The Ballad of
Still
Hot
working on
Banana
it, but
Coffee.
Okay.
this is what
Y'all?
we got so far.
Our guest, Hot Banana Coffee.
Thank you.
Hands on a curb in a parking lot, remembering the people we've forgotten. Shoulder blades kissing on the cement, wishing we could feel young again. Remember when we liked ourselves? Can you taste the adrenaline? that's holding us down, but lower the gun away from our own heads. We had hope, even when we wanted to die. We had hope, but the light left our eyes. And I think we could get it back. I think we could get it if we tried. Memories can be repressed, but the way they made us feel comes back with time. We can drink ourselves to loneliness, so we can raise a glass to taking bigger strides. I swear to God we'll get it back. We'll make it out alive. We had hope, even when we wanted to die. We had hope, but the light left our eyes. We had hope. God knows we wanted to die, but we had hope. We're gasping for something to fill our lungs, and that's the idea, that is the fight, that is the train we don't wanna jump off. We're picking up pieces, we're fighting with time, we're finally feeling like we were alive. I know that we're gonna make it, yeah, we'll survive. I swear to God we'll make it. Light still in our eyes, we have hope. And God knows we're gonna try, 'cause we have hope. The light will never leave our eyes.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
that's good.
Thank you.
Man, even when we wanted to
excellent.
die, we had hope. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
There's your title right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, hope.
I don't know,
Hope,
you know,
just
like
hope.
just hope. It's very
Little ditty,
interesting. That's like
We had hope.
the first well, I mean, it's semi-depressing, but the first not super
You know,
depressing song I've ever written.
Yeah.
So
What touched me about that was you're looking back to younger days when
Yeah.
you thought at the time, you're looking back to the good old days, but at the time you thought you were suicidal, you know what I mean? Like, or a teenage angst of,
yeah,
you know,
there's a little
like,
angst, there's a
I'm
little
not saying
life.
you were suicidal. I'm just saying,
Right,
like,
right.
you know, like,
Speak for yourself.
you know,
Ain't it?
screw this, and what, you know. That's good. I like that.
Yeah,
Man.
Ashton was like, "Here's this song," and I'm sitting there like, "Okay." And I'm looking back on 2 years of playing. Just in the last 2 years, I mean, so many crazy things have happened. We've all changed as people and learned a lot of things. We went through a pandemic. You know, we went through a lot of life situations and relationships and all these other things. You know, and I think we're all making the best of it right now.
That's a good one.
That's all you can do.
I think
You
we
know.
all grew a little bit in that as people.
Oh, absolutely.
But that right there encapsulates the sound of hot banana coffee right there. That's what grabbed me about y'all when I heard you live, is just the
The intensity,
dynamics,
yeah.
the boldness, and the the guitar playing and everything is just.
Thank you.
It's quiet and it comes at you hard at the same time, you know.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Y'all got something else?
Yeah.
we can
This, what is this? The song we typically open like every set with when we're playing by
We got something we
ourselves?
can sing together.
Yeah.
Get a
let
little-
let
get a
Ashton
little-
do a little singing here
Yeah.
too. Got a tune because we
Got a
care.
tune. You tune because you care.
That's right.
This next one is a cover.
It is a cover by Shaky Graves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Love this song from the first time I heard it. So good.
I think this is the first when we first started playing music together and like, hey, send me some songs, I'll send you some. She sent me some and I was like, well, I've never really duetted much. Like I haven't, had to do harmony. So I was like, this was a really good challenge for me to like,
Yeah.
I mean, luckily I'm cheating. I'm just singing the melody. She's doing all the hard work, but
It's still good practice.
but it's still great, yeah. But the song kind of just stuck around in the set, and we love it.
Yeah, it's just a good one. A lot of people like it too. You
Yeah.
know. It's one of those.
Gets a little loud, so I might back up a little bit.
Yeah, you better scooch.
I get
You're gonna be hollering,
hollering. Yeah,
stomping and hollering.
it's called "Dearly Departed."
Well, you and I both know that the house is haunted. Yeah, you and I both know that the ghost is me. You used to catch me in your bed sheets, just rattling your chains. Way back then, baby, it didn't seem so strange.
You used to buy it, I used to moan.
But now you mumble and you choke.
Well, I ain't so scary on my own.
Ooh, tell me, honey, what's a dagger without a cloak?
I don't know.
But you and I both know that the house is haunted. Yeah, you and I both know that the ghost is me. You used to catch me in your bed sheets, just rattling your chain. Way back then, baby, it didn't seem so strange.
In the midnight hour, you came alive.
I was searching for my crystal ball.
I was busy trying to charm them snakes.
When the sun came up, we had no place to hide.
And you had to tell my friends that my fangs were fake.
I just had to. But you and I both know that the house is haunted. Yeah, you and I both know that the ghost is me. You used to catch me in your bed sheets, just rattling your chains. Way back then, baby, it didn't seem so strange. Even when one is dead and gone, it still takes two to make a house a home. Well, I was also amazed the catacombs. I hear you call my name, but no one's there, except a feeling in the air. But you and I both know that the house is haunted. Yeah, you and I both know that the ghost is you. You used to walk around screaming, all slamming up and down. Well, I'm all grown up, I don't scare easy no more. You and I both know. Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
It's so hard not to sing along and
Ain't
mess
it?
that up.
Right?
That's such a good one.
That's a good one.
Oh.
Song never gets old. Some songs,
Yeah.
you're just like, we need a break. But
Right.
this one,
Every time we play that, I just want to like stomp on the ground
that-
and like
Stomp and
I
holler.
don't know.
Was that a B? That
yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
yeah.
Y'all are so animated when you sing too. That's how you can tell that you love what you're doing.
We're usually standing and like squirming.
Oh,
That
absolutely.
Translates over
You get
to
us
the
about-
audience.
I was wondering how we were going to put y'all on a seat and try to get y'all to do something.
Yeah, you get us about 2 drinks deep, standing up at Reed's Apothecary, and that's
over.
right, getting the floor and
Listen
whatnot.
here, therapy is expensive.
That's I say that. I'm like, listen, y'all, therapy's expensive. Listen to us, it's free.
Free. Unless you want a tip,
That's right, unless you feel so inclined.
it's to give us your hard-earned dollar.
Right.
You want to take it old school for a sec?
I absolutely would.
Let's
Dave, I
we're
feel
gonna do
like
one
you'd
more.
like this.
Lay it on me.
This is a song my mama used to play on a record
surprise
in
me.
the kitchen and sing it to me and all
All
that.
right.
And it's a little different than the original, but
Written by Willie Nelson, but made famous by Patsy Cline.
that's right.
Nice. That sounds like crazy.
Man, you crazy.
Indeed.
My brother told me the other night that song was originally titled "Stupid." I don't know if that was his dry wit or anything, but
Well, Gary, that was his dry wit.
I
yeah,
get it. Yeah.
okay, it just don't fit. Thank y'all.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Crazy, I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so blue. I knew you love me as long as you wanted, and then someday you'd leave me for somebody new. Why do I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world did I do? I'm crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. Well, I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying. I'm crazy for loving you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying. I'm crazy for loving you.
Oh my,
Hey,
beautiful.
thank you. Thank
That was
you.
amazing.
Love it.
The first time we played that, I was terrified. I was like, I'm gonna. You
Same.
can't play that
yeah.
song.
can't
Like
mess-
you
can't
can't
mess
do that.
Patsy
That's
up.
crazy. If I mess
Well,
it up,
you-
I'll cry.
Yeah, and-
Y'all own that though, man.
yeah. I can
Thank you.
assure you didn't mess that up.
Oh, good. Phew.
Shoot,
Goodness
man.
gracious.
Amazing.
But
Well,
yeah,
that was wonderful.
thank you.
so
Little
much.
something for everybody, you know.
Y'all, tell them where you're playing next. You got any? Just roundabout.
January
You might
1st.
not have anything definite yet for this year, but
we will actually be at
Tipsy McSways, January
6th, first Friday in Brunswick. Yeah,
That's
All right.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be, depending on the weather, we might be outside, might be inside. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Time it comes, but it's
Always
gonna
a
be
good time, yeah.
It's gonna be full band, so we'll have all 5 of us there.
Nice.
right.
Oh, so y'all got a full band.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
started as
Yeah.
a duo, but we have
Yeah.
a loud and rowdy band, and
That's right.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
But for any other calendar events that we can't recall off the top of our heads, we do have a Facebook and Instagram, Hot Banana Coffee. That's it.
Banana coffee.
We post all of our upcoming events on there, and any things like articles and podcasts. We'll put the link up, you know. So
Hot banana coffee.
that's right.
Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Or her. I didn't.
Well, there weren't no fire.
He's pretty hot.
Well, y'all, it's time for another Uncle Dave's Tale of the Week, brought to you by
Uncle Dave himself.
Hot Banana Coffee. This is a little story that I wrote, and it talking about New Year's Eve, way back in the early 90s, before some of y'all were born,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, back when Aunt Lynn and I were dating in the early 90s, we spent some memorable New Year's Eve nights in Jacksonville, Florida. 1991, I bought a package deal for a night out at one of Jacksonville's comedy clubs, a romantic supper and comedy show, party hats, horns, and noisemakers, a couple of glasses of champagne about midnight. But the funniest part of that whole evening came as we were navigating US 1 North back home. I was driving while she was sitting in my lap, watching behind us to see where we'd been.
All right.
A year later, we headed back to Duval County to welcome in 93. In between Hilliard and Callahan, the fog was so thick it was impossible to drive, even without a good-looking blonde sitting in the seat with me. So we had no reservations anywhere, and we both agreed it'd be best to turn around and try our luck back home. On the outskirts of Hilliard, there on the right-hand side of US 1, stood the Pines Bar, its neon lights beckoning through the fog like a haven for New Year's Eve revelers. It don't look nothing like that now, folks. I think the brick with bar is still standing. Everything else is just eat up. We pulled up, strolled inside, and there in the little side room was a stage occupied by an old friend and musician, Farrell Howell, former lead singer for his most enduring group, the Seldom Blues Band out of Waycross, Georgia. Over the years, the popular band seldom had the same members, going through several personnel changes. But in the late 80s, Seldom Blues went into Hickory Wind Studios, owned by local songwriter Billy Ray Herron, to record a couple of publishing demos of Herron's songs, Georgia's My Home and Special Friend. I'm jumping ahead, Justin. There we go. Look at there. That's the way we did it in the old days. That's a 45 in a sleeve. The band was good, the songs were good, and the demos were good. Good enough to land Billy Ray a publishing contract with the Lowry Music Group in Atlanta. I went on to co-write and produce demos with Billy Ray in 1990. Among the 14 or so songs we co-wrote, half of them were published, and Bill Lowry offered us a recording deal on 2 of them. At Lowry's Southern Track studio with a top-notch group of session players, we cut The Lovin' You, Backside You, the first ever CD released to radio on Southern Tracks Records. Farrell borrowed the instrumental mix of You and performed the song at Jacksonville's Crazy Horse Saloon, beating out Tim McGraw in 2 consecutive talent contests. Now that should tell you a couple of things. A, the song You was well produced. B, Farrell Howell can sing his behind off. After losing twice to Farrell, Tim McGraw hightailed it out of Jacksonville, made it big in Nashville, and married Faith Hill.
Poor
Farrell.
him.
Farrell, on the other hand, Farrell opened a truck stop in Fargo, Georgia, and continued to play music all around South Georgia and North Florida. Always a good-natured soul, Farrell jokes about the turn of events involving Tim McGraw. He said, "Yeah, he got Faith, I got Fargo." That New Year's Eve, Farrell introduced me as one of the songwriters of You and sang it one more time, giving Aunt Lynn and me a rare chance to dance together. We saw 1993 in along with a lot of nice folks that night, including a Dewberry fella from Waycross. After Pine's Bar closed down, he invited us to his apartment in what used to be a hotel in downtown Hilliard. It was the upper right. Our hosts partied themselves to sleep, so not wanting to wear out our welcome, we decided to spend the rest of the night in my van outside. It was a mighty good New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
Dave. New Year's
For
Dave.
it was on that January morning our mighty good son, Connor Griffin, was conceived in the back
Party on.
of an Econoline van outside an old hotel in Hilliard.
What?
It was sitting right where that black truck was.
Golly.
You can pin it to the day, too.
Hey,
No wonder he's a drummer.
that was on the radio.
Look at that origin story.
He loves that story.
I'm sure he does.
That he does.
Right by that big pole.
Better be thankful for that story.
Me and your mama.
Not me and your mama, man.
Well, y'all, it was sure good to have you.
Sure good.
It was good
Sure.
to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Had a great
And,
time.
Not a lot of people travel to do this, so we appreciate y'all traveling
Hey.
over.
Not at all.
And we look forward to crossing paths with you again over there in Brunswick, since most of our gigs are over that way as well, you know.
Right.
Same.
It's the watering hole.
Awesome. And we urge y'all to hope y'all enjoyed our podcast this time, and we urge y'all to tune in again. We do 2 shows a month on our YouTube and Facebook, and we do have our own website now, somethinginthewaterpodcast.com. What else we got, Lauren?
We got a Patreon.
Patreon.com.
That's where we do the deep end, but you can what am I doing?
Subscribe.
We have shirts.
Oh, we have shirts. He's like,
Yeah.
get your tie together, buddy.
Something
You're
wrong?
kind of coming apart of it. No, we have some merch on our website. We got our first merch. We got T-shirts. We're going to add some stuff to it. But we also have a Patreon where we do the deep end. It's a subscribed deal where we do 1 episode a month. But it's still just search something in the water on there, but we call it the deep end.
It's only $5 a month for subscribers, and the longer you subscribe, you get some free stuff on there as well.
And that's the too hot for the internet stuff.
Yeah,
Dave takes his shirt off.
that's
It
where
gets weird.
we belly dance and cuss.
We'll have to have y'all back on a deep end.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just
Yeah, that'd be
I'll get some
fun.
cardio.
Yeah,
in.
anything
That'd
goes
be
on the
fun.
deep end.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Well, thank y'all
take your
again for
socks off.
watching. Thank our guest, Hot Banana Coffee.
Happy New Year, y'all.
yes,
Thank you so
sir.
much.
Happy New Year.
Here.
Happy New Year. See you soon.
When the cold black water finds its way across through your veins, it just might seal your fate. It just might seal your fate. It just might seal your fate.